Hi, NRPs. Welcome. Welcome to this True Crime Trivia. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hello, okie dokie. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Waving back to you, NRPs. Well, look at there. Everybody, Cement Shoes is doing okay. He's here. They were asking about you yesterday during the stream, Cement Shoes. They were like, "Where's Cement Shoes?" Hope you had a great weekend. Ginger Hall, welcome, Ginger. Existential Dread, welcome. Hope we all had a great weekend. Miranda, welcome. Oh, did you? Brandy James, welcome. I think this was the 69th episode. I think that's right. The 69th podcast episode that we've done. We're putting together a bank of them right now, 4 or 5 of them, and then we're going to be going to a streaming service. We're trying to transition away from YouTube completely with the entire channel. We're still going to do videos and podcast episodes every now and then on YouTube, but we want to kind of transition the YouTube channel a little bit differently from our streaming services. They sent my mom to a stupid nursing home from ICU and won't let me see her. Oh, I'm sorry, Cement Shoes. Hello, Colleen. Welcome to the stream, Colleen. Welcome, Mr. Dread. Brandy. Well, I hope your mother, is doing as best she can, Cement Shoes. Reevy Green, welcome. Didn't miss anybody, did I? Scrolling up. Oh. Sarah, welcome. It's been forever. Hello, and happy Memorial Day. Well, happy Memorial Day weekend to you too, Sarah. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Robin, I'm sorry, that's awful, sending virtual hugs. Me as well, Cement Shoes. I hope she's doing as well as she can. Will, the exact same crap they pulled when my uncle died. Beer flu last year. They would not even let me see his wife or child. I'm sorry. Colleen, 41. You ready for trivia? Pretty in camo. Welcome. These are all 30 questions tonight are on general, what I call general crime trivia. These questions come from every walk of life, every genre, but they're crime related. So anytime, and some of these are pop culture questions. There's some on governmental laws, but we have 30 total in general crime trivia tonight. We'll give it about another minute here and we'll start it. Jeannie, welcome. I've never heard of beer flu. You'll Google it later. All right. So these are all general crime trivia questions, and each and every one of the questions is multiple choice. I'll read the question, and then I'll read the 4 possible answers that go to each and every question. So you can answer either A, B, C, or D, or what, like, Inner Peas likes to do is she likes to guess all the above. So she just says A, B, C, or D if she doesn't know. But it's there's no scoring. You can keep score for yourself if you want, but otherwise we're just here to have to kind of learn something new and play trivia. So let's get going. All right, the first question on the true crime trivia for tonight is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre was done by which gangster? A, John Dillinger, B, George Moran, C, Al Capone, or D, Bugsy Siegel? The St. Valentine's Day Massacre was done by which gangster? Dillinger, Moran, Capone, or Siegel? Hi, Sam. Welcome to the stream, Sam. Nodi Alba. Welcome. Kay, welcome. Brittany, welcome to the stream. Question number 1 on the true crime trivia tonight. These are general questions. They're all multiple choice. The first question is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre was done by which gangster? A, John Dillinger, B, George Moran, or C, Al Capone, or D, Bugsy Siegel? A, Gruden 1. Welcome. Welcome to True Crime Trivia. I hope you have fun tonight. A Gruden 1. So the answer to the first question, which gangster committed the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? The correct answer is C, as in cat, Al Capone. Question number 2. A demonic dog made me do it was the excuse of which criminal? A, David Berkowitz, B, Dennis Rader, C, Don DeFranco, or D, David Moreland? A demonic dog made me do it was the excuse of what criminal? Hi, Heidi. Welcome to the stream, Heidi. We're playing True Crime Trivia tonight. These are all general crime questions from pop culture, history, some government questions about laws in the United States are thrown in there. They're all multiple choice. You can answer A, B, C, or D. I'll read the question, then I'll read the possible answers. The question we're on right now is the question number 2. A demonic dog made me do it. Was the excuse of what criminal? A, David Berkowitz, B, Dennis Rader, C, Don DeFranco, or D, David Moreland? Inner Peace says, Cujo. Cujo made me do it. Colleen, you have nothing, never heard of it? It's pretty, by far, it's one of the more interesting excuses for why somebody committed the crimes that they did. Robin Lane says the son of Sam. The correct answer for question 2 is A. David Berkowitz. David Berkowitz's excuse was a demonic dog. His neighbor's dog, to be exact, was the reason why he committed the murders that he did. A demonic dog made him do it. That was really his excuse. I'm not making that up. Yeah, I always wondered the same thing, Pretty and Camel. What kind of dog was it? I mean, it could have been a Chihuahua for all I know. I mean, I doubt it. It was probably something like a mixed, breed. You think he went back on that? Yeah. All right. Question number 3. What method did the angel of death not use to kill his victims? What method did the angel of death not use? A, smother them. B, drown them. C, gave them an overdose. Or D, choked them with his bare hands. What method of murder did the angel of death not use? Robin, you think it was a lab? Could have been. I always wondered that myself. I don't think I've ever come across it. That where it actually said what kind of dog it was. Anyway, it probably is known out there. I just never read it. We got B, D, 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 a lot of B's. Hippie Love stole his milk money and his lunch. Hippie Love. Hi, Hippie Love. Welcome to the stream. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Shipman. His neighbor's dog he shot. Then yes, it was a lab. What method did the angel of death, and as I should have pointed out that I am speaking of Shipman, what method of murder did he not use? Hippie Love, the question is, what method did the angel of death, Harold Shipman, in this context for this question, not use? You're trying to find the method of death that he never used to kill any of his victims. A, smother them. B, drown them. C, gave them an overdose. Or D, choked them with his bare hands. What method of murder did he not use? Robo-Dog. It was a black Labrador retriever named Harvey. I didn't know it was a lab. I didn't. I mean, I knew the name of the dog, but I didn't know that what type of dog it was. I'm mountain lion. Yeah, it's a good one. All right, what method did the angel of death not use? The correct answer is he never drowned any of his victims. B, as in boy, is the correct answer. One victim he smothered with a pillow after giving them an overdose. One victim, obviously he overdosed, so C is not correct. And D, he did choke the same person. He placed a pillow and he choked them after giving them an overdose because they weren't dying. So the correct answer is he never drowned any of his victims. Next question. What city did John Lennon from the Beatles, what city was he murdered in? A, Los Angeles. B, New York. C, Boston. Or D, Dallas. What city was John Lennon of the Beatles murdered in? Los Angeles, New York, Boston, or Dallas? Gone Primetime. Welcome to the stream, Gone Primetime. I'm sorry, but the comments are pausing and they're just flying by in groups now. I even have it set on low latency. Sorry, scroll up here. I thought that meant drowned intentionally. Oh, I'm getting too technical for my own good. It's all right. Carolyn Silva, welcome. When in doubt, copy cement shoes. You guys can copy from each other. It doesn't matter. What city was John Lennon murdered in? He did his epigraph earlier. Hey there, Lisa. So the question, we're on question 4, Lisa, is what city was John Lennon murdered in? John Lennon from the Beatles. The options were Los Angeles, New York, Boston, or Dallas, Texas. What city was John Lennon from the Beatles murdered in? Autograph before he killed him. Yeah, he was a fan. I don't know if I'd ever kill anybody I'm a fan of. You gotta be a little loose upstairs if you do something like that. One night, Chatterbox told everyone to copy me, and I missed almost everything. Lennon was on his way to Dakota when the idiot shot him. The correct answer to question 4 is B, New York. I had to look down to make sure I was going to give you the right answer there. B, New York. Shot just outside of his own home, his apartment there. All right, on to the next one. Catcher in the Rye. What a great loss! Yeah, I always wondered what would have happened if Lennon wouldn't have been murdered. I don't know if the Beatles would have stayed together. or made more music together, but you never know. Where would he be today? All right. Speaking of murder and locations, the next question, I'm pretty sure most people around the world know the answer to, or maybe they don't. It's something that I've always known. What month of the year was John F. Kennedy, the President of the United States, assassinated in Dallas, Texas? What month of the year? The options are A, October, B, November, C, December, or D, January. What month of the year was President John F. Kennedy assassinated in Dallas, Texas? Excuse me. Allergies are just driving me nuts today. I spent about 20 minutes earlier just sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. We had high winds the other day. We had gusts up to 25 miles an hour, and it just kicked up all the pollen from the trees, and it's just in the air everywhere. I was kind of hoping it would blow it away from here, but it didn't. My mom lived there for a time. We got November, got a lot of bees. You would think the summer causes the top loads down, but it's Texas. Yeah. What month of the year was President John F. Kennedy assassinated in Dallas, Texas? A, October, B, November, C, December, or D, January? The correct answer is B, as in boy, November 1963. Thank you, Kay. B.J. Thomas died today. Whoa, the singer? I didn't know that. That's sad. Wow. I'm sorry about that. I remember being sent home from Catholic school today to find the maid crying. The reason why I've always known when it happened is because it just happens to be on my mother's birthday. So her birthday party was canceled that day, and she never forgot it. I mean, there's other reasons to never forget it, but it just happened to coincide with her birthday. And she was looking forward to coming home from school and having her birthday party that day. But instead, the world was in mourning because the President of the United States was just killed. So, I was in Canada, home with the mumps. Ugh, that doesn't sound like fun. Died of lung cancer. I'm sorry. You love Bill Paxton, the actor? All right, next question. Actress Sharon Tate was murdered by the Manson family. What was her first official movie? What was Sharon Tate's first official movie? A, the Americanization of Emily. B, Barbarous. C, Eye of the Devil. Or D, Fearless Vampire. Sharon Tate was murdered by the Manson family. What was her first official movie? Damon, welcome. Do you think Sharon Tate deserved it? No, I don't think anybody there deserved it. The Manson family committed those murders. Nobody ever, deserves to be murdered. Especially, someone who was innocent like Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski. They didn't deserve it. Nobody there deserved what happened to them. And they just picked them at random because they wanted to start a race war. So, no, to answer your question, Damon. Good evening, Sandra. Welcome to True Crime Trivia Night. What was Sharon Tate's 12-step woman? Welcome. What was Sharon Tate's first official movie? The Americanization, A, the Americanization of Emily, B, Barbarous, C, Eye of the Devil, or D, Fearless Vampire? All you know is Valley of the Dolls. Greetings from Ireland. Hi, yeah, Liz. Welcome to this True Crime Trivia Night, Liz. And hello from Ireland. Well, back to you, Liz. Welcome from the United States. Robin Lit is going with letter F. Golden Girls. 12-step woman in Ohio. From Ohio. The correct answer for Sharon Tate's first official movie was the letter B, as in boy. Barbarous was her first official acting role. But here's the interesting thing. If you actually go and you look it up on IMDb, she is not credited in her actual film. She has a speaking role in it. She is not a minor actress in the movie. She is in the movie, and she is not credited. Now, later versions in IMDb may actually have caught up with it by now. But even if you go to Sharon Tate's IMDb page, it lists her as in the movie, but it says next to it in parentheses, uncredited. But when the official first movie trailer and the posters and everything went out, and a lot of people who collect memorabilia of Sharon Tate's, that's one of the things that they always want, is they want the original poster, because she is not credited anywhere on the poster at all, or the movie lobby cards, or the movie poster itself. So, not credited, but that was her first official acting role. Some Buckeyes. We got cool. All right. Next question. Actress Kirstie Alley was once set to play Sharon Tate in the movie Sunset Boulevard, the biopic of Sharon Tate's life. Okay. Well, the reason why we are not doing this one, we're going to have to skip it, is because I just gave away the answer. I wrote the answers too close to the actual question, so when I looked down at it, I didn't. Then I saw the A right there, and I'm like, oh crap! I just read the answer. Okay, so I'll read the question. Everybody mark this one down as you got it right. Actress Kirstie Alley was once set to play the starring role in the movie Sunset Boulevard, the biopic of whose life? The correct answer is B, Sharon Tate. But the options were A, Denise Ritchie, B, Sharon Tate, C, Susan Sarandon, or D, Lily Thompson. But she was set to star in the role of Sharon Tate in the biopic of her life, Sunset Boulevard. The movie was never made, This was in 1982. But instead of her actually taking the role and doing the movie, Kirstie Alley decided instead to play Saavik, Saavik, a role on the original Star Trek in 1982. The movie went on to never be made, but was chopped up into small parts. The actual script itself in the movie was then made into several made-for-TV short series. But it was never actually, the biopic itself was never made, Sunset Boulevard. But she passed up the option never came through. So everybody mark that down as a correct answer. That was my bad. I read the damn answer along with the question. That's never happened before. So put that down as something that's never happened on one of our trivia nights before. Yeah. Yippee, we win. Freebie. Okay. Going on to another one. This one we're going to music. Diana Ross and the Supremes played their last show in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1970. What took place at the end of the show? Diana Ross and the Supremes played their last show in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1970. What took place at the end of the show? A, the guitar player was shot. B, the manager who booked the show ran off with all the money. C, Diana Ross's replacement was announced, but she had no idea this lady was going to be the replacement for her. Or D, only 2 members of the Supremes showed up and sang. What happened at the Las Vegas, Nevada show, the final concert of the Supremes? Is the first Star Trek movie not the original series? Well, there was the original series had Leonard Nimoy and who was the, I can't remember. But I don't know about the movies. To answer your question, I've never been a Star Trek fan. I would believe the original movies do have the main characters from the TV show in it. I know George Takei was in the first, the original series, and Nimoy and Shatner were in the first one, but I don't know if they were in the movies. I would believe that they were, but I could be wrong. William Shatner, yeah. But what happened at the Supremes' final concert with Diana Ross? A, the guitar player was shot. B, the manager who booked the show ran off with all the money. C, Diana Ross's replacement was announced and she had no idea about it. Or D, 2 of the members only showed up and sang. Did you catch that? Oh, okie dokie. I just read it. Okay. Diana Ross and the Supremes played their last show in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1970. What took place at the end of the show? A guitar player was shot. B, the manager who booked the show ran off with all the money. C, Diana Ross's replacement was announced and she had no idea about it. Or D, only 2 members of the Supremes showed up and sang. What happened at the actual last concert of the Supremes? Liberace did cartwheels. Cement Shoes is going with what the fuck? I'm guessing B. The manager ran off with all the money. That's Cement Shoes' guess. What happened at the last concert, after the concert for the Supremes in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1970? The correct answer is C. Diana Ross's replacement was announced, and she had no idea that they were going to announce that day that her replacement was taking over. Jean Terrell was introduced as Diana Ross's replacement at the end of the concert, because Diana Ross wanted to go off and do her own thing. She wanted to leave the Supremes and become her own star, and she did very well for herself, as we all know. Robin Lane, yes, with all those rings. All right, next question. What famous musical played the song "Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat" 38 times without having the legal permission to play the song or air the song? I'll read the question again. What famous musical played the song "Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat" 38 times without the legal permission to play the song or air the song? A, Cats. B, The West Side Story. C, Guys and Gals. Or D, South Pacific. What famous musical played the song "Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat" 38 times without legal permission? Diana Ross's daughter sang before the show? I didn't know that. I knew she was a singer. She's kind of if you actually look at Diana Ross's family, there are a lot of members of her family that are actually been in the musical industry for a lot of years. Hi, Carrie. You're just getting here? Well, Carrie, welcome to Trivia Night. Tonight, all the questions are on general trivia from pop culture and crime from around the world and history. But welcome. I'm glad you're here. Robin's going with E, all the above. I'll go with D, Sam says. Jean Terrell actually sounds a lot like Diana. Apparently, I don't know if she sounds a lot like her, but she did an excellent job, taking over for Diana Ross, because the Supremes went on to have, a very lengthy career. Awesome. Love your channel, Will. Well, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. So the question that we're on right now is, what famous musical played the song "Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat" 38 times without legal permission to sing it or to air it? A, Cats. B, West Side Story. C, Guys and Gals. Or D, South Pacific. Oh, shit. Ginger Hall, I'll be right back. She heard a gunshot. Well, I hope everybody, is all right. I know the Supremes, but not Beatles. Too old school, I guess. Yeah. I've got albums from the Supremes and from the Beatles. Sounds like South Pacific would have a boat in it. Gone prime time. What famous musical played the song Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat 38 times without legal permission? I purposely put the South Pacific in there because I, just like you guys are guessing in the comment section, that it sounds like it would be the right answer, but it's not. The correct answer is Guys and Gals. Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat. It's the name of the song. They played it 38 times without permission. But South Pacific sounds like it would be the right answer. I pulled a fast one on you there. It's tricky, huh? I don't want to sing Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat. You don't want to? See, baby. A lot of time for one song. Well, they think that it was in each and every first 38 performances of the actual musical. They didn't have legal permission to actually have the song in the actual musical. They then got it later on, but it was something they didn't have the permission to actually do. And as they worked it out for compensation and everything else for the song, then they finally included it legally. All right. Now we're switching gears. Now we're going to serial killer. This question is about Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy, as we all know, went to law school and worked for the suicide hotline. Before all that, he worked several dead-end jobs. Why did he quit all of them besides the one job he was fired from? So I'll read the question again. Ted Bundy, as we all know, went to law school. He worked at the suicide hotline. Before all them, he worked at several dead-end jobs. He quit all of those jobs except for one that he was fired from. Why? A, he couldn't get along with the people he worked with. B, he couldn't be bothered to show up. C, they the people that he and the jobs were beneath him. Or D, he just grew tired of all of them. What was the reason he was fired from that one job? Well, welcome to the channel membership, Carrie. Only one I know sang Rock the Boat was Beautiful Allah. Elia, or how, I don't know how you pronounce that. What was the one reason that reason for Bundy was fired from the one job and one job only? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will have to tell you that this question is based on Ted Bundy's actual statement. I don't know if it's 100% factual, but this is what he said. He was fired from the one job, and he quit all the others. We're trying to find out why was he fired from the one job. You can hear barking. 12-step one. Yeah, that's my neighbor's dog. Can't do anything about that. It's one of these little tiny toy dogs. Just it never stops. Thing drives me nuts. Sam is going to go with D. Oh, it's dove season. It's not a lab. Definitely not a lab. I think it's only about that big. I don't know what you call this thing. I don't even think it's a very attractive dog, but a little yapper. Yeah. Yep. Whenever my dog goes into our, because my backyard butts up against their backyard. Well, they're kind of off. They're not directly from each other, off a little bit. whenever my dog's in the backyard, that thing just and my dog just looks at it and it's like, really? Okie dokie, welcome to the channel membership. Thank you both of you for joining. I appreciate it. Now, quickly, while you're, to let you know now that you're channel members, I think there's 168 videos that are channel member only videos that nobody else can watch. 168 of them. So enjoy. You'll find the tab if you go to videos on my channel. From the main page, go to videos, click on it, and scroll down. You'll see a tab for channel members, videos for all the channel members, and exclusive content. 168 videos that nobody else can see. Some of them are older, some of them are newer. I think the last one I posted for channel members was like 2 days ago or a day ago. I can't remember. I mean, I shot it last week, but it's fairly recent. All right. What was the one reason that Ted Bundy says that he was fired from that one job? Is the correct answer is D, as in dog. He just grew tired of them and decided that, he really didn't care. But he still went to work, and obviously his boss and everybody knew that he just didn't care if he was there or doing the job or not. He was fired. And in case you're wondering, he was fired as a grocery store bagger, bagging people's groceries. He was fired from that job. He did not quit that job. How to become a member, please. Well, underneath every single video, there's a tab that says join. If you give me a minute, I'll post a link. 12-step woman. Give me a minute. I have to open up another tab to do it, to get it. And everybody's gonna hear a little jingle here though. Well, I'm good. I was able to close it out before. Invite. Copy. StreamYard. Here we go. 12-step woman. That should be a clickable link. Tell me if it's not clickable. All right. Next one is about Timothy McVeigh. In case you don't remember who Timothy McVeigh is, he was one of the two men who did the Oklahoma City bombing. Timothy McVeigh killed 168 people in Oklahoma City bombing because he was upset with the U.S. government over their involvement in the Iraq War. Excuse me. What was the one and only book that Timothy McVeigh had in his possession, in his cell, the day he was executed? He only had one book. What was the one book that Timothy McVeigh had in his cell? A, Catcher in the Rye. B, Mein Kampf. C, To Kill a Mockingbird. Or D, The Anarchist Cookbook. What was the one book that Timothy McVeigh had in his possession the day he was led from his cell to death row? Welcome to the membership, 12-step woman. I appreciate it. Nope, wasn't a Bible. Didn't have a Bible. He may have had a Bible before then, but he gave it away. Or whatever, he wanted to give away. But there was only one book that was found in his cell, in his actual possessions. And every item that was in his cell when he was led from his cell to death row was inventoried. They went through it, and then some items he was able to keep on death row well, he was able to keep up until the day of his execution. But there's 2 cells that he's on death row. He wasn't like in a general population. He was on death row, and then you're in a death row of normal cells, and then they lead you from there to another cell that you wait in. You have your last meal in before you're executed. So he was on death row, but he may have given away items, but there was only one book that was listed on the inventory before he was led to that last cell before he was executed. What was the one book he had? C, A, C, don't know this one. Catcher in the Rye, Catcher in the Rye. Thank you, everyone. You're all so kind. Well, we appreciate it. Welcome to the channel membership, 12-Step 1. Robin Lane is correct. Might be. Don't know. We'll find out in a minute. I would have guessed the Turner Diaries, but not an option. No. Good guess, though. So many joined tonight. Well, love it. So do I. And you'll see posts come up that are in the community tab that are member only, posts. Only you can see them, and your replies, if you reply to the post as in the community tab that are member only, nobody else can see. Only members can see the actual comments and replies. That in the community tab. But if you comment on an actual video itself, but there's emojis. You get emojis with your channel membership. But what is the one book that Timothy McVeigh had when he was led from his cell to the actual cell he was going to wait in before being executed? The correct answer is A, Catcher in the Rye. Was the only book that he had in his inventory. If you're interested, it might be of interest to everybody. He had the following things were written down on the inventory. He had a stack of letters and cards from people who had written him. He had the total of 72 letters and cards. He had the one book, Catcher in the Rye. He had a crudely marked out and made chessboard on a piece of notebook paper. So it was a piece of notebook paper. It was made into a chessboard, and the squares were colored, but he didn't have any pieces. And he had other personal effects like the personal hygiene item and snack items. That's it. That's all he had in his cell before he was led away from his death row cell to his last cell before he was executed. Chapman may have had it, Lisa. But Timothy McVeigh, that was the only book he had in his cell. He, like I said, he may have had other items he gave away to other inmates, or disposed of in other ways. But that was the one and only book he had with him. All right, next question. Alcatraz. We're going all the way across the United States to the Pacific. Before Alcatraz was the prison itself was built, what was the island used for? Before Alcatraz prison was ever built, what was Alcatraz Island used for? A, it was a warehouse. B, it was a whorehouse. C, it was a hotel. Or D, it was a Native American rites and rituals location. What was Alcatraz Island used for before the prison was actually built? It's Ginger, I think it's a bird sanctuary now. I read something about there's some kind of bird that is, there are 2 places in the United States that this bird actually nests and lands on. Some tiny little island in New York. I can't remember the name of it. And then I think it's Alcatraz is the other place. It's on one side of the United States versus the other. That's the only two places in the United States that this federally protected bird actually lands and nests on. He kept the sourdough bread there. I have sourdough starters that go back to, I think, like 1620 or something like that. The starters. I used to make a lot of sourdough bread. Friendship smile. My son just took history test on it. On Alcatraz Island. Miracle. Miracle. Thought it was a research station. What the fuck? I guess C. Why not? Yeah, Jeannie, I wasn't a really big fan of Catcher in the Rye either. I mean, I think it's a good book. I don't think it's probably, I wouldn't put it in my top 5. I could have seen it in 95. It was like $50. Didn't do it. Look through the binoculars instead. Yeah, I've actually never been to Alcatraz Island myself. I've been to San Francisco quite a few times on vacation, but every time I go there, I end up in Chinatown. I love the food, I love the culture, and every time I'm there, I always end up gravitating towards that. I mean, I've gone up and down like the different Pike, the wharf and stuff like that. I've never been to the Ripley's Museum there. But there are so many tourist attractions there that just there for to suck your money out of your pocket. I'd rather spend my time and my money, actually involved in the actual culture, either in Chinatown or Koreatown. And I would love to have spent time in what used to be in San Francisco. They used to have a part of the town that was the Filipino, society and culture town, but that's all gone now. It's all been bulldozed. The last stand was, I think it was a hotel there. It's now a parking lot. But welcome, Linda. How have you been? Long time. Sorry, so busy. Oh, it's all right, Linda. Well, I'm glad you're here anyways, Linda. I hope you had a great weekend, Linda. But what was Alcatraz before the prison was actually built? The correct answer is D, as in dog. It was a Native American place that were of ritual importance to them. And then the government pretty much took it for whatever they wanted to, and they built the prison on it. Oh, sorry, on my phone. Can't type everyone's name. My sister lived in San Francisco for years. My favorite was Fisherman's Wharf in Chinatown. Angelina, last time I was there, I couldn't believe the amount of food. Me and my friends were just a bunch of college students that we went to Chinatown. We actually stayed at the Holiday Inn in Chinatown, and we had so much fun. And all we did was just walk around all day long, just sightseeing, and you still couldn't see it all. Between Chinatown, Koreatown, and Koreatown, and like they're about 7 blocks apart total. But I mean, we had so much fun there. Ginger Hall, I'm in SoCal. I don't think I'd want to live there, Ginger. I mean, it's beautiful. It's great to visit. But because of taxes and so many other things in California right now, I don't think it's the place for me. Yes, Will and I are WSU Cougars. Absolutely true, Carrie. Go Cougs! And if nobody out there has ever had Cougar cheddar, You don't know what you're missing, ladies and gentlemen, because it's the best damn cheese there is. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to the stream, Debbie. We are playing True Crime Trivia tonight. I had to buy a jacket. It was fall. I took a touristy tour of Alcatraz, made a guess on the answer. I ordered it. Cougar cheese, Coug cheese, cool. All right, here's one that everybody. This doesn't matter. All right, so I actually looked this up for around the world and for here in America. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you will probably be able to figure the answer out to this one. In what room in the average American home sees the largest number of homicides? What room in the house in America and internationally? So you can actually call this an international instead of American. What room in the house sees the largest number of homicides? A, bedroom. B, kitchen. C, living room, den. Or D, bathroom. Where are the largest number of homicides in what room around the world in your home? That not as good as You're exhausted, Debbie? Well, thank you for stopping in and saying hello. I hope you have a great week ahead. And thank you for stopping in. Never heard of it? See, lucky for me is I have a couple of friends who are still going to school at WSU Pullman, and so whenever I get to see them, they actually still bring me the tins of the Cougar cheddar. Love it. What room in the house sees the largest number of homicides? Bedroom, kitchen, living room, den, or bathroom? Largest number of homicides for any room in the house. I am still here, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty wicked one. Welcome. I will. What number are we on? We are currently on number 14 out of 30. Trina Middleton says, kitchen where all the knives are. Hippie Love, your uncle was a professor there. Love the cheese. I always joke around with people and tell them when it comes to my time at Washington State University, I majored in alcoholism and minored in getting an education. It's a joke, but I did spend an awful lot of time partying. Gone Girl you changed your name, sweetheart, to Gone Girl Almost Gone. Hi, Mary. I hope you're having a good day today, Mary. Pray for you every day. What room in the house, in home, and this is international, sees the largest number of homicides? The correct answer is B, B, the kitchen? As a bonus question for this one, so since I screwed up and I read the answer for the one question everybody gets, so I'm going to give you a bonus question. Of the four options: bedroom, A, bedroom, B, kitchen, C, living room, and D, bathroom. What room in the house sees the largest amount of arguments? Bonus question. What room in the house sees the largest number of arguments? Thank you, Mary. We love you too. I hope you're having a great day today and have a terrific week ahead. So the bonus question is, what room in the house sees the largest number of arguments? A, bedroom, B, kitchen, C, living room, or D, bathroom? Where do the largest number of arguments occur in a home? You got those too, huh? Okie dokie. I can't go to the bathroom. Every time I walk into the house, like if I need to use the bathroom and I walk in there, my son is right there and will not give me a moment of peace. He wants to watch me go to the bathroom all the time. I'm like, what's up, little buddy? It's like, stand back, please. And every time my wife goes, in the morning when she's here, well, she's here, sometimes at night too. She's not here right now. She's off playing board games with friends. But yeah, he just barges in. You swear they take turns. The correct answer for what room in the house that sees the largest number of arguments is B, kitchen. The kitchen sees the largest number of arguments and the largest number of homicides. And this is around the world. Now, why the arguments start? They may have started in another room, but they end in the kitchen apparently, because that's where people are like stab each other or whatever they're going to do to each other. Who's going to cook? Might be arguments over a lot of things. I think that I've read somewhere that when it comes to divorce rate, most people get divorced over finances, arguments over finances, or disagreements over finances. I think I read that somewhere, but I could be wrong about that. But I thought it was finances. But anyways, all right. Guess they didn't like what was for dinner. Cooked cheddar is expensive. I Googled it. It is, but it's really good. Really good cheese. Now we're going back to New York City. New York City? When the Empire State Building was built, with all 6,000 windows, how many windows did the contractor who built the Empire State Building get billed for? There are 6,000 windows in the Empire State Building. But when the Empire State Building was built and they put in the 6,000 windows, how many windows did the contractor actually get billed for? A, 6,000, B, 6,100, C, 7,000, or D, 7,100. How many windows did the contractor get billed for when they built the Empire State Building? Are you taking off, Hippie Love? Bye. You have a great night and a great week ahead yourself. Thank you for stopping in, Hippie Love. 12-Step Woman is going with F. Pretty Wicked One is going with C. The Trezen 78 is going with 7,000. And welcome to the stream, Trezen 1. Trezen 78. The Trezen 78. Deidre Grayson, welcome. Welcome to the stream. The way it went by. I think I read that correctly. I hope I'm right. 7,000. Hey, Cruz is going with C. 7,000. 7,000. We have almost 50 people here tonight. I don't even look at it all that often. Oh, cool. I did. All right. This I don't know if you guys are seeing it on your end, but it's going by in like chunks. So I'm trying to catch it. I hope I didn't miss anybody. How many windows did the contractor who built the Empire State Building get billed for? The correct answer is C, 7,000 windows. Why did he get billed for 7,000 windows? Because as they were putting them in, they were falling out and they were breaking. He got billed for 7,000 windows and they only put in 6,000. Will, I just love this trivia so much. Oh, thank you, Deb. I'm glad that you like it. Next weekend, we will actually, next Sunday, it'll be on an actual person. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. It'll be on an actual individual. Most of the time, it's a serial killer. And then the next week after that is general crime trivia again. I try to go back and forth between the two, as much as I can. I mean, we could do general crime trivia again. I can't even guess right. Well, that's sometimes that happens. Kay, this was fun. Thanks, Will. Are you taking off, Kay? Well, if so, thank you for being here tonight. All right, next question. There are 2 states in the United States that bill themselves as the Sunshine State. There are 2 states that bill themselves as the Sunshine State. What states are they? A, California and Florida. B, Florida and Mississippi. C, Florida and South Dakota. Or D, California and Texas. There are 2 states in the United States that bill themselves as the Sunshine State. Which one is the correct answer? A, Florida and California, Florida. B, Florida and Mississippi. C, Florida and South Dakota. Or D, California and Texas. And if you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, if you need to use Google, it is on their official license plates for both states. They bill themselves as the Sunshine State. And it's on their websites and everything. Florida and Mississippi. Katrina's going with that. Heidi's going with A. Robin lives in one. Do you? You got a 12-sweat woman, got a couple right tonight. LOL. We've got plenty of them left still. Almost 3 pages left. Going with A, California and Florida. A's, got a bunch of A's. California is the Golden State. Tanya, welcome. How are you doing, Tanya? I hope you've been doing well, Tanya. And welcome to the True Crime Trivia tonight. What two states in the United States bill themselves as a sunshine state? The correct answer is C, as in cat. Florida and South Dakota. It's on their state websites. It's on their license plates. They bill themselves as the Sunshine State. South Dakota. Really? I don't know. Anybody ever been to South Dakota? I have. And every time I'm in South Dakota, it don't look like sunshine to me. Then again, I'm normally only there in June. So you knew it wasn't Texas? South Dakota, Sam. Yeah. They bill themselves as the Sunshine States. Never been to South Dakota? It's actually pretty there. I like both of the Dakotas, South and North and South Dakota. I like them both. I've spent a lot of time in both of them. That's ridiculous. My license plate says it, and no, I'm not from South Dakota. Oh, thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. All right. Next question. The average American male over the age of 25 does this for 11.4 minutes per day, and the average American female over the age of 25 does this for 13 minutes. What do they do? A, deciding what to eat for dinner. B, picking a TV show to watch on television. C, getting dressed. Or D, taking a shower. The average American male over the age of 25 does this for 11.4 minutes a day, while the average American female over the age of 25 does this for 13 minutes. A, deciding what to eat for dinner. B, picking a TV show to watch. Or C, getting dressed. Or D, taking a shower. Correcting their partner or correct their partner. My girlfriend said C, so I'll take her word for it. What is C? Getting dressed. Cement shoes is going with getting dressed, huh? Question is, the average American male over the age of 25 does this for 11.4 minutes per day, while the average female over the age of 25 does this for 13 minutes. The correct answer is D, as in dog, taking a shower. Tatanaka Peach. Welcome. Tatanaka. Lovely name. You got one right. You're on the comeback trail. Or as Peyton Manning, the former football player for the Colts, said, "Epic comeback starts right here." My showers are 25 minutes long. I think my wife's is probably right in there, about 20, 25, somewhere in there. It seems like it's good. What the good thing is we don't have a hot water tank. We have what's called hot water on demand. So it only makes hot water as you need it. So it doesn't matter if she takes a 20-minute shower, or an hour-long shower. There's always going to be more hot water because it only makes the hot water as you use it. All right, next question. Which pro wrestler killed his wife and son and was later found to have the worst documented case of CTE that turned until they started testing NFL players? Which pro wrestler killed his wife and son and was later found to have the worst documented case of CTE until they started testing NFL players? Which pro wrestler? A, the Bruiser Bedlam. B, Chainsaw Jim Duncan. C, Hardbody Harrison. Or D, Chris Benoit. Well, we already have answers. People guessing the answer there before we even got to the finish reading it. You guys are quick. I have really long hair, so I wash it. It takes forever. I understand that. My wife her hair used to be down to her hips, right in there, a little bit, probably right in the layer a little bit longer. She was always trimming the edges, of hair, so we would go up and down a little bit. But then she got cancer, and she shaved it all. And then after chemotherapy, her hair came back curly instead of straight. So now it's it's a little bit different. I used a lifeline and asked the hubby. Good night, Colleen. You have a great night, and thank you for stopping in, Colleen. And you have a terrific week ahead, Colleen. Thank you for being here again. My hair is past. You're behind, Stardust. Long hair. Long, beautiful hair. Inner piece is going with Mike Tyson. Which pro wrestler killed his wife and son and was later found to have the worst documented case of CTE until they started testing NFL players? The correct answer is D, Chris Benoit, who had the worst case of CTE. Until they started testing NFL players, they had never seen a case like that. And then they tested the worst case that they have found since then was Junior Seau. Had the worst. Everyone have a Ginger Hall. Good night, Ginger. Thank you for stopping in and playing trivia with us tonight. And you have a great week ahead. All right. Next question. Which of these killers would wake up every morning and make a list of things to do his hair, eat breakfast, and then decide where to hunt for his next victim? I'll read the question again. Which of these killers would wake up every morning, make out a list of things to do his hair, put on, get dressed, obviously, it doesn't say if he did it naked, but he'd do his hair, eat breakfast, and then decide where to go hunt for his next victim. The options are A, Albert Fish, B, Robert DeSalvo, C, Ed Gein, or D, Ted Bundy. Which of these killers would wake up every morning and make a list of things to do his hair, obviously get dressed, and I didn't put it in there, but it doesn't say that they did it naked or not, and then make a list of where to go hunt for their next victim? Ted Bundy's, a lot of D's. Debbie's going with crazy Ted Bundy. Barry Morphew. Inner peace. Don't think it was Barry Morphew, but could be. We don't know. We know he definitely killed his wife. Well, innocent until proven guilty. But the odds are probably pretty good that he killed Suzanne. I am still here, ladies and gentlemen. Inner peace too soon. He says too soon. Who's that? Barry Morphew. Another tragic case out of the state of Colorado. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, some strange things happen in the state of Colorado. Which of these killers would wake up every morning, make a list of things to do his hair, and then decide where to go hunt for his next victim? You don't know anything about murderous wrestlers? Well, I picked the question that put it on here, Sam, because a lot of people they say, well, wrestling is fake. They don't really get injured. They want to believe that, but these people really do get injured, and they have a lot of medical conditions, ailments after they retire. Chris Benoit didn't get a chance to retire. They've actually scrubbed his name from the Hall of Fame and everything. They have erased him from the wrestling society completely. They don't even talk about him anymore. I mean, obviously he killed his wife and son, but I mean, still, if you go to the Wrestling Hall of Fame, you'll never find any mention of him. You see that other wrestlers who won matches against him, they just have an asterisk there in where his name used to be. RRH, welcome. Yes, CTE is brain damage from concussions. It's caused by concussions and jarring and pressure hits to the head. Debbie says, thinking about it, Fish had no hair, neither did Gein. Gein's victims were all in cemetery. Which one of these killers would make a list of things to do his hair, and then plan out where to hunt for his next victim? The correct answer is B, as in boy, Robert DeSalvo. I know Ted Bundy would be a popular guest because he liked the way he his appearance, but Robert DeSalvo would decide where to hunt for his next victim. But he made out every morning a to-do list of things to do that day, and he would do his hair before he ever ate. Enter P's B as in Barry. All right. Starfire. I win. Second name sounded Italian. How you said it will. I go with B. Robert DeSalvo. If Amanda Gary is here, I will get to your request to join the Facebook group after the stream. Okay. All right. Next one. What is the name of the family featured in Truman Capote's book, In Cold Blood? What is the name of the family in Truman Capote's book, In Cold Blood? A, the Johnson family. B, the Williams family. C, the Davenport family. Or D, the Cutter family. What is the name of the family featured in Truman Capote's book, In Cold Blood? And Lori Vallow. The Brady Bunch. Yeah, Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's all we became. The Brady Bunch. I got that in my head. Thank you, Inner Peace. Dumbbell. What is the family featured in Truman Capote's book, In Cold Blood? The Vallow case is almost weirder than Jonestown. I don't know. I've read a lot about Jim Jones in the People's Temple cement shoes, and I wasn't really surprised that the events turned out the way they did to with people there at the People's Temple, and because Jim Jones had spoke about and that's why they were there, and when those senators came down there, that just looked like the arm of the U.S. government was after them, and it didn't matter where they went. So they couldn't get away. They flew all the way down there and tried to start their own compound in another country, and then the U.S. government is there. I mean, it played right into Jim Jones's hand. Of everybody, was being persecuted by the government. Messed up kid. He was a messed up individual. He definitely was. Bye, Jeannie. Gunshot outside was a big fight between two houses on the street. Well, Jeannie, thank you for stopping in tonight and trying trivia with us tonight. You take care and have a great week ahead. And stay safe. Oh no, the Brady Bunch theme song has been stuck in my head for a week, and I haven't even watched it in quite a while. I haven't watched it either, but see how that our minds work, and something like that can just come right back. All right, for this question, what is the name of the family featured in Truman Capote's book, In Cold Blood? The correct answer is D, the Clutter family. Next question. How many years did Stephen Avery serve in jail before being exonerated? Is Linda still here? How many years did Stephen Avery serve in jail before he was exonerated? A, 14, B, 10, C, 16, or D, 18? How many years did Stephen Avery spend in jail before he was exonerated? Well, you keep on singing, raindrops keep falling on your head. Angelina got one right. Congratulations. And Linda must not be here right now because she knows the answer. Well, let's say if she was still here, she'd chime in and she'd be like, you could definitely follow her answer on this one. Lisa is spelled with the C. Okie dokie because of B.J. Thomas. Why do I have a car next to my name? Well, you should have an S. It means that you're a channel member. It's just a little, and it changes color based on how long you've been an actual channel member. I think there's green, yellow, red, and is it pink? And it has to do with how long you've been a channel member and then how what level of channel member you're at. I think most people are green. At least I think that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure. I had channel membership and then I canceled it and got rid of it because a lot of the things that that YouTube originally promised me that I could do for channel members, I couldn't do because they're like, oh yeah, we forgot. All those things we told you, they're rolling them out slowly. Still, I haven't seen half of what they say I can do and what I can't do for with channel members because I want you guys to get a benefit from the actual channel membership. But better bath. Carrie Lower, can I change your? You can change it. You can change it. Yeah, the emoji. You can change the emoji. And there's other emojis you can pick. Pick from and you can use as in your actual comments. I'm sticking with 16, Deb. The correct answer for how many years did Stephen Avery spend in jail before he was exonerated? The correct answer is D, as in dog, 18 years. 18 years. What is channel membership and how do you become one? RH. Channel membership is there's different levels, and it's basically you pledge a certain amount per month to support the channel itself, and some of the perks are you get the emojis, you just like Pretty Wicked One. Welcome to channel membership. I believe there's 168 or somewhere in there. I mean, I lost track after 160. I know there's close to between 168 and 170 somewhere in there. Channel member only videos that I've put out and streams. that I've done that are just for channel members, and you have to be a channel member in order to see them. So that's another one of the perks that are out there for channel members. But it's a way to support the content. And thank you for joining the Pretty Wicked One. I appreciate it. One of them is a badge, and there is a cop. All of them are somehow either investigator, detective, private. There are different ranks of in law enforcement. I just picked it because I thought it was kind of a cute way to structure it, and give different names to them. But at the higher membership level, you get a direct access to email me questions or cases that you want follow up on. But Stephen Avery spent 18 years in prison before he was exonerated. I must have missed Linda leaving. Looks like Cement Shoes has a badge. I'm not seeing on my end right now. From what I see, because I'm on StreamYard, is it only shows me everybody's name is in green, and those that are channel members, it has an S next to their name in a circle, and S is kind of turned at an angle. But that's the one thing it shows me on StreamYard. One of the emojis is Carrie Ludwig. I'm an official cop. Okie dokie. Think I'm good. All right. Next question. Ian Brady was the male half of which female killer known for the Moore murders? Read it again. Ian Brady was the male half of which female killer known as for the Moore murders? A. Myra Billingsley. B. Myra Hindley. C. Myra Contra. Or D. Myra Moore. Ian Brady was the male half known for the Moore murders. Who was his female partner? A. Myra Billingsley. B. Myra Hindley. C. Myra Contra. Or D. Myra Moore. Liz Egan's going with Myra Hindley. We have D, B, B, B. They changed with time. HCN. Welcome to the stream, HCN. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'll go with the chat. B. Inner Peas. My Angelo. You crack me up, Inner Peas. Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch. Cops came and arrested quite a few people. Ooh, wow. Well, I hope everybody's all right. Ian Brady was the male half of the murderous crew, known for the Moore murders. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is B, as in boy, Myra Hindley. Brooks. Hi, Brooks. Welcome to the stream, Brooks. I hope you had a great weekend, Brooks. I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. Okie dokie. She killed him with poetry. God. Marsha. Oh, you came in late, Brooks. Well, welcome anyways. Welcome to the stream, Brooks. All right, next question. After the first victim of William Sutcliffe was discovered, how long did it take the police to finally arrest him? After the first victim of William Sutcliffe was discovered, how long did it take the police to finally arrest him? A, 2 years. B, 5 years. C, 10 years. Or D, 7 years. How long after William Sutcliffe's first victim was discovered did it take the police to arrest him? Manachito, welcome. Do you mean William Peter Sutcliffe? Let's just go with Sutcliffe right now. Was he the guy known as the Yorkshire Ripper? I believe so. I tell you the truth, I've never researched him. It's one of those infamous ones that's in one of these notebooks. I'm so old school. I write everything down in notebooks, and then I take them and I transcribe them from notebooks after I write the notes down. And then I actually typed them out on my laptop, which is sitting right here on the table, and I put them in Word, and then I take them from Word, then I put them into a file, and then I put them on the teleprompter, which sits either just above the camera or below the camera. That's how I do my videos. The secret is out of the bag. I'm sure there's more proficient ways to do it, but this is the way I do it. I mean, I could just read all these questions off, save them into cut and paste them into a Word Perfect and read them off that way. But I like to write them down in notebooks, and I've gotten notebooks like crazy over here. And then when I get done doing an actual case, I actually have file folders. I put all the notes for cases in these things. And when I'm not at home, I have these little notebooks, like these are registers for keeping accounting. But I actually write down. You can't see it, but there's names of different people that have cases that I'm following, and I write notes down on each and every one of them. I don't go anywhere without them. You have tons of notebooks, Debbie? What I do. But after the first victim of Sutcliffe was discovered, how long did it take police to finally to arrest him? The correct answer is B, 5 years. After his first victim was discovered, it took the police 5 years in order to arrest him. I have 2 entire notebooks on Shallow and Dumbbell. Do you think Darlie Rotier was falsely convicted? No. No, I do not. I think Dolly Rotier did it. I think that she had planned it. I think that her and Darren had planned, if not this, they planned out a lot more. They had actually tried to hire people to rob them. They were desperate. They were broke. And she had become accustomed to a fast-paced, high, intense life that, she couldn't afford. And Darren couldn't afford to keep up with it anymore. And they were living it fast and in the high life. And unfortunately, her boys were just an expenditure in her way. They were an expense to getting in the way. It's what I believe. But I don't think there was any way in hell that that Darren didn't know what the hell was going on. But I can't prove that. Can't prove it at all. And they never really investigated him all that well. They should have done a hell of a lot more. But Darlie is right where she deserves to be, on death row. Okay, next question. What was Bela Kiss' profession at the time of her crime spree? What was Bela Kiss's profession at the time of her crime spree? A doctor, B, an attorney, C, a welder, or D, a tinsmith? Danielle Paris, after the stream, I will go through and let you and the others who are waiting to join the Facebook group. And that Submit Shoes, you're right to for the large extent, if one's guilty, they're both guilty. But there's so many. I mean, we could go on about the Darlie Rotier case for a while, but Dolly is sick. Sam, you got one right. The Tresson 78 is going with A. You're too dumb for the last question? I don't think you're dumb, Cement Shoes. You just don't know this one. Google Bela Kiss. Deb's going with A. Yeah, not even guessing on this question. It's an old one. Or, well, older. A lot older. Interviews. Pick an answer so they can copy. Imagine a tinsmith. Angelina has no clue, but guessing A. I'm going to copy Okie What was Bela Kiss's profession at the time of the crime spree? The correct answer is D, as in dog, tinsmith. Darlie, oops. RRH, tinsmith. All right. Well, we're going over the pond, as they say, to the UK. In the UK, which court are criminals almost always initially tried in? In the UK, which court are criminals almost always initially tried in? A, the High Court. B, the Magistrates Court. C, the Crown Court. Or D, the Court of Appeals. In the UK, which court are criminals almost always initially tried in? It's true. 25% chance. In the UK, which court are criminals almost always tried in initially? E, Night Court with my cousin Benny. That was a great movie, My Cousin Vinny, with Marissa Tomei. You had two Utes. Utes. Two Utes. That was the judge. That was what, Herman Munster? What was it? What was the judge? What was it? It was the Munster, right? RRH is guessing magistrate. Did I get it right? The correct answer for in the UK, which court are criminals almost always initially tried in? The correct answer is B, as in boy, Magistrates Court. Herman Munster was the judge, yeah. I was pretty sure about that. Munster. But RRH, you were correct. It was Magistrates Court. All right. Next question. During a trial for drunk driving, a judge should be blank during the court proceedings. So, during a trial for drunk driving, a judge should be blank during the court hearings. A, bipartisan. B, prejudice. C, drunk. Or D, impartial. You guys are taking all the fun out of it, saying that the judge should be sober. I mean, come on. You know how boring some trials are? My kids were talking to me. I could answer Pretty Wicked. So for this one, Pretty Wicked, during a trial for drunk driving, a judge should be blank during a court hearing. The options are bipartisan, prejudice, drunk, or impartial. And we've got more inner peace is going with stoned. because I got high. La da da. I was gonna clean my room, but I was high. I was gonna pay my child support, but I was high. La da da da. Afro Man. That's the guy who sang that song. Anthony Morlane, welcome. How you doing, Anthony Morlane? I hope you've been doing well. Welcome to the stream tonight. We are playing true crime trivia. These are general questions on crime trivia. The current question is, during a trial for drunk driving, a judge should be blank during a court hearing. By A, bipartisan, B, prejudiced, C, drunk, or D, impartial. Don't stick that song in your head. Afro Man. I just remember from Jay and Silent Bob. He does a pretty good podcast. Both of them do. But Kevin, whatever his last name is, can't remember his last name. But he does a pretty good podcast. It's about comics and a little bit of everything else. But well, it's not A, B, or C. During a trial, the correct answer is the judge should be D, impartial during the court proceedings. And yes, the judge should also not be stoned or drunk. But during a trial for drunk driving, the judge should be impartial during the court hearings. Next question. Throwing your money away every day in America is the next one. 7 million of these are thrown away daily. 7 million of these are thrown away daily or destroyed illegally. What are they? A, nickels, B, pennies, C, counterfeit dollars, or D, dimes. 7 million of these are destroyed every day or thrown away. What is it? Nickels, pennies, counterfeit dollars, or dimes? Water bottles? Finally, another one right, Deb? Well, thank you, okie dokie. I appreciate that. I'll make the donation after the stream. Angelina is up to 3 now. Throw your money away. Every day in America, 7 million of these are thrown away or destroyed illegally. What are they? A, nickels, B, pennies, C, counterfeit dollars, or D, dimes? Bottle caps, pennies. Okay, so wait. You do watch the Kit Kat Playground? I hate pennies, so I'm guessing B. Pennies do add up. When my daughter was in elementary school, they had this thing where with a local bank where they had little pouches and you could put like your pocket change and stuff in it, and then every Monday they go to school and they would actually count their own change, and they would keep a log so they could actually learn, and then the bank would come in and they would actually show them how to fill out a bank registry. and deposit slip. So they learned about something about banking and saving money. And they would actually put the money in the real bank, and they would open up an account for them and put it in the real bank. In 1 year, just 1 year time, just my pocket change from me only, my daughter saved up over $300 in just pocket change. I was like, what? I was like, no way, that can be right. And then I looked at the register. I was like, oh my God, I had no idea that I had so much pocket change. Counterfeit changed my mind. Counterfeits changed my mind. I hate pennies, so I'm guessing B. It's a pain taking them to the bank. Yeah, I saved them up. These are filled with change. And while we're at it, before I forget, more cowbells. Short knives. We don't have pennies in Canada anymore. Well, and maybe that's why I don't see them anymore. Go, Will. I was suggested cowbells, but that's what and when I asked what people wanted in my streams, and they said more cowbells. It was the overwhelming suggestion, so I got cowbells. The next thing on the list that people want to see more of in my live streams is bongo drums. So I'm still working on that one though. All right, what are 7 million of these are thrown away or destroyed illegally every day? The correct answer is B, pennies. 7 million pennies on average are thrown away every day or destroyed illegally. We filled a 5-gallon jug before. That's wow. You know the water jugs that you get, for like an office. You have they used to be made out of glass. Now they're made out of plastic. But I filled one of those up with change. That was probably about 20 years ago. I filled it up, and then when me and my wife went to go empty it out before we got married, it's over 20 years ago now, so 26 years ago, somewhere in there. But when we went to go empty it out, we had a little over $11,000 in change just sitting there. I had no idea that it would add up to that much. I get better at trivia the older I get. All right. Next question is which criminal was accidentally listed on the FBI's most wanted list 4 times? He was obviously supposed to be on the FBI's most wanted list, but was accidentally listed 4 times on the FBI's most wanted list. The options are A, Al Capone, B, James Colorado, C, Thomas Holden, excuse me, or D, Randy Newman. Which criminal was accidentally listed on the FBI's most wanted list 4 times? A, Al Capone, B, James Colorado, C, Thomas Holden, or D, Randy Newman. And in case you're curious, he was listed as the FBI's most wanted list, number 1 most wanted, number 10, number 17, and number 23. What criminal was listed on the FBI's most wanted list 4 times accidentally? I'll be right back. The singer Randy Newman. Oh, you figured out who Randy Newman was already. That didn't take you long. I had a question. Do you think Lori Vallow will be considered a serial killer? Tammy Daybell, Tylee, JJ. She's been charged with innocent, of course, before found guilty. No, I don't think she will be, and I don't think that there's a chance in hell either that Lori Vallow actually did it herself. I think that the high likelihood is that Alex Cox, her brother, was the one who actually murdered the children, and Lori most likely told Alex to do it. So he would have been the hired gun, because he had been up until that point. He had always been the enforcer for the family. When she had her custody disputes with Charles and with Joseph, she made damn sure that that Alex was always there to enforce her way. And don't forget, Alex also took a stun gun to Joseph and threatened to kill him if he ever got in the way of his sister and her and Tylee. So she'll be considered a cult killer. Yeah, she very well could be considered that. I was thinking of a word that started a little bit differently than that. We won't say, but it starts with a B and ends with an H. All righty. Which criminal was accidentally listed on the FBI's most wanted list 4 times? At number 1, number 10, number 17, and number 23. The correct answer is C, Thomas Holden. C, Thomas Holden was listed on the FBI's most wanted list 4 times. He was also the first man ever listed on the FBI's most wanted list. He was the first one, and they listed him 4 subsequent times, well, three additional subsequent times on the FBI's most wanted list by mistake, because it wasn't an actual list like where they write down the names on, oh, he's number 1, he's number 2. They just prioritized the first couple, of the ones that they were going after, and they didn't really necessarily say, okay, well, this person is already on the list, so don't put them on there again. So it was a mistake. She will be incompetent, Will? I think it's all a ploy right now about her incompetency. I think she's obviously definitely nuts and stupid, but anyways. Here's one for popular culture for everyone. Steven Spielberg novel Jaws was a huge success. Who did he name the actual shark after? Steven Spielberg's novel Jaws was a huge success. Who did he name the shark after? A, his best friend. B, his lawyer. C, the bully from high school. Or D, his ex-wife. Who was Thomas Holden? He was a criminal back when the FBI was first formed, shortly afterwards. Oh, ex-wife is not an option. Well, actually, D is ex-wife. HCN is going with lawyer. We have D.A., his mother-in-law, and her P's. His mother-in-law. Heidi's going with his lawyer. Okie dokie, LOL. But okie dokie, his mother-in-law. Because Jaws was a mama. You thought Peter Benchley wrote Jaws? B&D sound possible, but I'm guessing lawyer. Okie dokie. Steven Spielberg's the novel Jaws was a huge success. Who did he name the shark after? A, his best friend. B, his lawyer. C, the high school bully. Or D, his ex-wife. Sorry, I got to close out some tabs here. I had to answer a question really quickly. Yeah, I think that the question itself is a little bit misleading. But, obviously we know that if you don't know, he didn't write the actual book. I think it was supposed to be meaning that that Jaws was a success. And that, went on to be a huge success. But who did he name the shark after? Hold on. He's emailing me back. All right. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. You have any idea how many times a day I hear that song? Guess over 1,000, probably. I hear that song, Baby Shark, so much, Mary, so much. My son is always singing it. Submit when you have great grandkids. Yeah, I hear it a lot. All right, who is the shark in Jaws named after? The correct answer is B, as in boy, his lawyer. It was the shark's name was Bruce, and it was named after his attorney, Bruce Raymer, Ramer, Bruce Raymer. It's all you hear, Angelina, when your grandkids are there. I hear it so much. My son, I never get to hear the whole song. I never get to see the whole thing or the video. I just hear like 3/4 of it, and then he rewinds it, and then it goes to like about 3/4, and he rewinds it, and I just hear it over and over and over again. All right. Vinny the lawyer. Does he sing it while standing outside the bathroom door? Well, no. It doesn't. Well, he stands outside the bathroom door, when he's bothering, my wife. When I'm going to the bathroom, he just barges right in. He doesn't care. When I'm using the bathroom or taking a shower, he don't care. I'll be taking a shower and he'll just grab the shower curtain and open it up and just stand there staring at me. And I'm like, kid. All right, next question. And this is the final question on the list for tonight. A lot of criminals are famous for their crimes against others or their trials for those crimes. However, one criminal has the notoriety of every lethal injection ever given in the history. All right. So we'll read the question again. A lot of criminals are famous for their crimes against others or their actual trials. One criminal, however, has the notoriety of every lethal injection in the United States given, is named after him. All right. So who is the lethal injection named after? Because obviously when I wrote this one down, I had to been tired because my words are all tailing off and they're not written very well. Who is the lethal injection in the United States named after? A, Mel Brooks. B, Charles Brooks. C, James Brooks. Or D, Carol Brooks. Who is the lethal injection in the United States named after? My 2-year-old granddaughter plays the Gummy Bear song. Oh my God. Yeah, that's another one I hear a lot of. I'm a gummy bear. I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that one over and over again. Okie dokie. Oh, I have definitely heard that one. Bruce the Shark. Bruce the Shark. Yep. Bruce Raymer. The shark's name was Bruce, just Bruce. But he named it after his attorney, Bruce Raymer. R-A-M-E-R. Raymer. But Bruce the Shark would be correct. Was A, Mel Brooks? Yes, it was, Caroline. The options are A, Mel Brooks, B, Charles Brooks, C, James Brooks, or D, Carol Brooks. Who is the lethal injection in America named after? And every single lethal injection, no matter what state you're in, if you die by lethal injection, you get the lethal injection. It is named after this person. It is on the official purchasing for the actual drugs and the actual execution itself. I just had a light go out. Brooke Shields. Ocean, Blue Lagoon. The correct answer for this one, ladies and gentlemen, is B. Katrina Middleton. Just nailed it right there. Just in time, Katrina. The correct answer is Charles Brooks. Why is Charles Brooks known for the lethal injection? He was the first man to receive the lethal injection in America in Texas in 1982. So the lethal injection, and since it works and it worked on Mr. Brooks, every lethal injection goes down in the books as the person died by lethal injection, but they list it as Brooks. Well, I got it wrong. C should be the option. Effing Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin. It's always Carol. That was it. That's all 30. I screwed up the one, but I gave everybody the bonus one of where arguments take place in the home. Honestly, it's fascinating, isn't it? Well, next week, though, letters from Hades. Hi, letters from Hades. So who should we do next week's on? Anybody got any suggestions? And no, I'm not doing it on Carol Baskin. Effing Carol Baskin. Because I've got notebooks on trivia questions on so many popular, murderers around the world. Well, so do they say go get the Charles Brooks? No. They actually don't call it, okay, tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we're going to do the Brooks on somebody. It's just how it's the actual drug concoction that they actually do is actually listed as Brooks, and on the actual paperwork when they do the actual lethal injection itself, it's called Brooks, and that tells them that what drugs they're ordering and what it's for. But every lethal injection that's committed in America since 1982 has been known as the Brooks. There is one guy who's actually known for the firing squad, but I couldn't find enough information on it to actually include it in this. The next time your child watches you in the shower, give him a squirt of water from your subscribers. Sometimes he stands there, Brooks, and just kind of stares at me like, hey, why are you taking a shower? I want to take a shower. And other times he will actually just climb in with all his clothes on and just stand there in the shower with me. I'm like, thanks, buddy. But I probably would rather have him do that than be in the bathroom, because at this point he's really curious about everything that's in the bathroom. So, and he can't get into anything that's going to hurt, harm him. It's in the bathroom. He's gotten into some things that he shouldn't have, but just got off the phone with my mom, Elaine Woolworths, Starfire. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like the name of an alcoholic drink, or something like that. Or, locally you might have like, a burger that's known as, by someone. Okie dokie, your autistic grandson is very soothed by water. He takes forever to bathe. My son does this thing every night. And he will here shortly. No, actually, no, he's done. It's past 9 o'clock here. He's in bed. But he does this thing where it's like, he'll take a bath, then he wants the water to be drained, and then he wants the shower to turn on the shower, but he doesn't want anything to do. He'll just stand there and just the sound of the actual water from the shower itself is what's soothing for him. So we got one of those Bose wave machines. He really likes that, and I have it in his bedroom, so he hears the sound of waves, at night. He really likes it. That's some killer drink. Has anyone seen the HBO doc on Diane Schumer? She was training drunk driver. She was a training drunk driver. Wow. Yeah, HBO. Oh, no, I don't have cable. We got rid of cable a long time ago. So I watch some HBO stuff that's like on YouTube, or if I can stream it. I used to have the HBO Go, and I got rid of it. See, this is now May. So, well, no, tomorrow's June. But I got rid of the streaming services, except for ESPN. I still have that, and the March. I got rid of it in March, beginning of March. We got rid of all of our streaming services. I mean, we still have Netflix, but just about everything you can want to watch, you can find online for cheaper. Like, why pay for cable or for satellite anymore? Everything I need, I can find streaming services for, when I need it. I keep the ESPN only because I don't have I have regular ESPN, and I have the ESPN Classic, so I can watch like older baseball and football games. There's something wrong with Aunt Diane. Is excellent. I think I watched it on Amazon Prime. Well, thank you. I'm glad you had fun tonight. Bye, Tonica Peach. Thank you for coming tonight for the live stream. I'm glad you had fun. And you have an excellent week ahead. My grandkids are lucky. They even have Wi-Fi, although their uncle got Netflix for them. Huh. Aunt Diane. Why am I not? I'm not. I'm not trying to ignore your messages. For some reason, it's ringing a bell in my head, but I'm not able to place it right now. Sam, this was fun. Thank you. You're welcome, Sam. I'm glad you were able to stop in and play trivia tonight with us. And I hope you have an excellent week ahead. Schuler. Why is it? It's like right there in my head. For some reason, I know this. Did she load her kids in the car with her? She got toasted and drove the wrong way, but husband swears she never drank. Huh. So is it just her and her husband that were in the car? Is trivia night over, Reichardt? Yes. Sorry, Reichardt. We just finished up the trivia questions. You too, Sam. Thank you again for stopping in. No, 5 kids. So she loaded all 5 of her kids in the car. I know that, well, they weren't all her kids, right? But she had her kids in the car. She loaded them in. She went the wrong way on the interstate. I covered this. I know I did. I have a video about this lady. plus herself and 3 adults in another vehicle. Damn it! I gotta. All right, I'm gonna check really quick. I'm almost certain I covered this case. All right. Let's see. Well, maybe I didn't. It's only on. I can't search it right now because it might be only a video that I did for channel members. No husband, but 5 kids in the van with her. 2 hers. Would do like a nephew or niece? Weren't the other ones related to her though? Excuse me. You have a good night, Sam. Thank you again. You think it was a 666 too? Starfire? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, I'm remembering it. I cover so many cases. After a while, I mean, it's a good thing that I actually really do write everything down in these notebooks. And even then, I mean, after a while, you just get so many, of these cases and facts and names and stuff like that mixed up. But I'm pretty sure. I'm remembering it. I want to say it was. Yeah, it's right there. I know it's in there somewhere. Just not right, not coming to mind right now. Because the kinds were only children that the couple had. They were a husband's brother's kids, I believe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to wrap it up there. If in the comment section of this stream here in a minute, if you have someone that you would like to see me cover on trivia night next Sunday, leave it down below in the comment section, and I will take it under advisement. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through my notebook and pick one of the many more famous and well-known cases that has happened that maybe I've reported on, maybe I haven't, and we'll just do trivia on those. I'll come up with 30 questions on that for next Sunday. But everyone, I hope you all have a great week ahead. And to everyone who just joined the channel membership tonight, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And to each and every one of you, again, stay safe out there. And I will see you again next Sunday.